At 3:41 a.m., the streets of Bakhmut were silent. The kind of silence that presses against your chest, too heavy, too still. Inside a shattered school building, 6 men crouched around a flickering monitor. Static from a drone feed hissed through the air like electricity waiting to strike. Outside, the wind carried faint tremors, engines. Dozens of them. The Wagner group was advancing through the eastern approach, armored vehicles, infantry, and mercenaries with night vision scopes sweeping the dark. They were less than 2 kilometers away from cutting off the last Ukrainian retreat route. The drone operator adjusted his headset. His call sign was Ghost 19. His eyes didn't blink. His voice didn't shake. "Target grid confirmed," he whispered. "All drones, stand by for ignition." In the next 60 seconds, the quiet night over Bakhmut would turn into a storm of fire. Bakhmut, once a city of 70,000, had become a cratered maze of ruins and smoke. Every corner held ghosts, every street a battlefield. The Ukrainian 93rd Mechanized Brigade was exhausted. Weeks of artillery strikes had crushed their supply lines. Ammunition came by night, carried on shoulders through mud and shrapnel. Their infantry was outnumbered 5 to 1. The Wagner group units, hardened and reckless, pressed forward with near-endless reinforcements. They moved with brutal efficiency, clearing blocks with thermals, using human waves to drain the defenders' fire. The Ukrainians had no heavy armor left in the sector. No air support. No artillery worth mentioning. Just a handful of operators, men who traded rifles for remote controls. They called themselves the Eyes. Their mission wasn't to win the city. It was simpler, and far harder: protect the retreating infantry, and keep the escape corridor open for 1 hour. As their commander, Major Serhiy, leaned over the map, his tone was steady. "If we break, the corridor collapses. If we hold, they live. And for that 1 hour, every drone would matter more than any tank." The first explosions came at dawn's edge, flashes cutting through fog like lightning without thunder. Wagner units breached the eastern line, pouring through destroyed apartment blocks. Machine guns barked, tracer rounds slicing through the gray haze. Ukrainian units fell back, floor by floor, buying seconds at a time. In the command post, Ghost 19's monitor shook with interference. "Drone 3 lost signal," his teammate muttered. "Jammed." Another feed went dark, just static. Then the shelling started. Mortars landed close, shaking plaster from the ceiling. One blast knocked out power. Only the glow of laptop screens remained. "We're blind," someone said. But Ghost 19 didn't move. He reconnected a damaged antenna, adjusted the signal manually, and there it was, a faint feed from above the city. Burning vehicles. Advancing infantry. The team could see them now, the Wagner column pushing toward the last open road west of Bakhmut. For a moment, no one spoke. Then Major Serhiy broke the silence. "We hold this ground with intelligence, not firepower." Outside, the city screamed. Inside, 6 men prepared to make history. Major Serhiy's plan was simple, and suicidal if it failed. They would coordinate a swarm strike of improvised FPV drones, some carrying anti-tank grenades, others loaded with makeshift explosives, to stall the Wagner advance. The operators dispersed into cellars and hallways, each man with a laptop, a battery, and a prayer. The sound of drones spinning up echoed faintly through the rubble, like mechanical hornets ready for vengeance. Their targets: armored trucks, command vehicles, and the lead platoon pushing through the bottleneck near the city's central railway. The idea was to collapse the column from the front, turning the street into a metal graveyard. "Range locked," Ghost 19 murmured. His finger hovered over the transmitter switch. Major Serhiy gave the signal, one quiet word through the radio: "Execute." And the air above Bakhmut filled with the rising hum of 12 drones, flying low, fast, invisible against the smoke. At 4:18 a.m., the first drone struck. A flash, then silence, then chaos. The lead Wagner armored vehicle erupted, its turret spinning skyward. Flames rolled down the street as debris slammed into walls. Before the enemy could react, the second wave hit. FPV drones dove from opposite angles, slicing through the mist like guided fury. One crashed into an ammunition truck. The explosion lit the sky orange. Inside their hiding spot, Ghost 19 and his team worked like machines. No words, just coordinates, breathing, and static. Each hit confirmed meant another 30 seconds bought for the infantry to retreat. The radio crackled, "They're stopping, they're regrouping." Wagner's advance collapsed into confusion. Their formation, broken. Their vehicles, burning. Their comms, jammed. A single surviving drone found the command truck. Ghost 19 guided it manually, the screen flickering from signal interference. 50 meters. 30. 10. Impact. A fireball swallowed the vehicle whole. For the first time in hours, the Ukrainian defenders heard something new over the city. Silence, but not the silence of fear. The silence of shock, of disbelief that they were still alive. Through the static, Major Serhi's voice came through, calm, almost reverent. "They're pulling back. The road's clear." In less than 10 minutes, a handful of drones had done what artillery couldn't. They halted an entire assault column. When the fires faded, the team emerged from the basement, faces coated in dust. Half their drones were gone. But they had done it. The retreating infantry, dozens of men, made it through the corridor alive. Victory had come, but it demanded its price. A shell fragment had hit their command post minutes before the counterstrike. 2 operators never made it out. Their laptops still lay open, screens cracked. By dawn, the Wagner column was gone. Ukrainian reinforcements re-entered the sector. They found the drone team still at their posts, silent, watching the skies. Major Serhi's report was short, objective complete. Corridor secured. Enemy halted. But among the ranks, the story spread quickly. Of 6 men, armed with nothing but intelligence and courage, who held a city line when no one else could. As one soldier later wrote on the ruins wall, in chalk, "We had no artillery. So we became the artillery." In Bakhmut, intelligence became the deadliest weapon. And courage, the only defense that never runs out. This was a victory of intelligence. Smash that like button if you agree. Comment with what shocked you the most. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel for exclusive analysis you won't see anywhere else.